Instead of The Child, I feel like this episode should be called Duh. So only 3 days after the release of the first episode, Disney Plus dropped the second episode of The Mandalorian, and it's called The Child. And it basically picks up right after episode 1 leaves off, where, spoiler, the Mandalorian finds a baby Yoda. And really, that's just what everybody's calling it, because what Yoda's species is actually a mystery. They've never revealed it in all of Star Wars canon what Yoda actually is. Even in the expanded comic universe, they never really revealed what Yoda is. So basically everybody's just calling it Baby Yoda. And after making the decision to protect Baby Yoda, even though he was hired to kill it in the first episode, he runs into some other surprises along the way as he tries to escape this planet that kind of looks like Tatooine. I know one thing, this is definitely a Star Wars day. You got The Mandalorian dropping today, and more than likely by the time I'm done recording, editing, and having this video up, I'm gonna be playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So I'm kind of like, I wonder if Disney did that on purpose to have this episode come out on literally the same exact day this video game is coming out. So there's nothing but Star Wars all over social media. But yeah, just like I said in the first episode, I love the look of this show, the costume design. Now granted, consider this is supposed to be an entire universe in a galaxy far, far away. I feel like every time I watch Star Wars, I'm like, how many desert planets are we gonna run into? Like, think about in this show, you got a desert planet, and the original trilogy is a desert planet, and the prequel series is a desert planet, and in the new trilogy with Rey, she was on a desert planet. And part of me is just like, I want to see other planets besides a desert planet and a frozen planet. And even with that said, like, was this Tatooine that he was on? Because the Jawas were on there. We've seen the Jawas on Luke's planet. So, I don't know. Was it Tatooine? Somebody let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, like I mentioned in my first review, the composer for this show is Ludwig Göransson, who did the score for Black Panther. And I really love that Black Panther score. And I enjoyed the music in this episode. Like, there's this one fight scene towards the end, and I'm not gonna say what it is, but the music that was playing while he was fighting, like, I was starting to get amped up. Like, I was enjoying the music. But yeah, overall, in terms of the look of this show, like, I'm really feeling the look of this show. Like, it feels like a Star Wars show. Like, granted, I did mention in the first episode review that you couldn't really tell that The Mandalorian was a show, and it looked exactly like the movie. I went back and looked at certain scenes, and yeah, you can tell that the CGI is a little bit of a lesser quality than the movies, but at the same time, this show still looks damn good. So I'm definitely still excited to see what other worlds and what other aspects that they bring to this show. However, with that said, the thing about this episode in particular and why I kind of wasn't feeling it as much as the first episode, the same thing I kind of mentioned in my first episode review, where because he's a Mandalorian, because the Mandalorians do not take off their helmet and really their armor, Pedro Pascal is covered from head to toe. And not only that, he barely talks. So for the first like 12 minutes of this episode, you're seeing him do these action sequences and moving around, but you're not getting anything from him. No facial expressions, like nothing. So there's nothing to really connect you to his character. Yeah, you might see him do these cool action sequences or whatever, but I need more than that. Like I mentioned, he doesn't actually say a line of dialogue until 12 minutes into the episode. And considering these episodes are pretty short, that's a decent chunk of time for him not to say anything, or not even just say anything, because it'd be one thing if the character didn't talk, but you can still see their face. I mean, there's an entire episode of Buffy where the whole cast doesn't say a word, but you can at least see what's going on in their face, and you don't get any of that. So I feel like at some point there has to be a moment where either Pedro Pascal loses the armor, or at least loses the helmet or something, or he starts talking more. Because part of me also feels like, why cast somebody like Pedro Pascal if he's going to be covered from head to toe, one, and he's not going to talk that much? You could just get any Joe Blow playing that role and not somebody like Pedro Pascal. It's like, even take somebody like Darth Vader. Yes, he was covered from head to toe, but Vader spoke a lot, and you knew how Vader was feeling based on the excellent performance by James Earl Jones. But a character you have no trouble understanding what he's feeling is Nick Nolte's character. I'm not sure what the character's name is, but I really like this character. I hope we see more of this character. Like, there's a phrase that he always says that I'm always like, ooh. Every time he says something, or whenever he's done with the conversation, he's just like, I have spoken. And I'm like, you know what? I need to start saying that from now on. Whenever I'm saying something to somebody and I'm done, or I tell you to do something, you don't do it, I'm gonna be like, I have spoken. I enjoyed that character. I hope to see more of him going forward. But yeah, but as far as the big reveal that they had at the end regarding the Baby Yoda character, like I mentioned before, this episode should have been called Duh. Why else would you introduce a Yoda-like character and not do what they did? I'm not gonna say it, the character looks like Yoda, I'm pretty sure you can guess what ends up being revealed about this character. Whatever that was that just went through your mind, I'm pretty sure you're right. But yeah, like I said, I didn't enjoy this episode as much as the first episode, and a lot of that had to do with the strength of, I feel like the Mandalorian spoke more in the first episode, so you got a sense of his character a little bit more in that episode than you did in this episode. So because of that, I didn't really enjoy this episode as much. I still am very invested in this world and what the storyline is going to be and how this potentially opens up the Star Wars world even more. I would say the Mandalorian episode 2, The Child, is a minor hit. So have you seen Mandalorian episode 2? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you can, hit that thumbs up button and like this video to really help out the channel. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. May the Force be with you. I have spoken.